the moment, tonight is the night.
Hey guys, it's Crypto Me Analysis coming at you with an update video on Dogelon Mars. So before I get into any of the news and just looking outside of just the price action, I did want to show you the RSI, the stock RSI, which is extremely bearish right now. However, I do think that we are going to get a reversal at any point, hopefully. And the RSI is on the lower part of the RSI. So that means that it is closing in on extremely oversold. So I do think that if it does hit extremely oversold, we are probably going to hit the two levels. The two levels, which is the 236 from the high to the low. So again, that's a crucial area of support, and that it needs to absolutely hold above that. So if you can see from the high to the low, around the 2 is going to be the 236. And then from the low to the high, you can see that the 0.5 is 2. So that's the next area of support. Now, do I think it's going to go extremely oversold if it hits that? Maybe not. Maybe it might come back down to the 618 at 1678. But I really don't think that's going to happen. But it doesn't matter what I think because it might happen. So you should always just consider that. A good time to accumulate is going to be when it is extremely oversold. So don't I would just advise against like not accumulating when it's in the green, but always buying when it's in the red. Anyway, so again, the next target, the next area of support is what we're sitting on right now, which is 23, around 23. So again, if this doesn't hold, then do expect to move down to around 20, which is going to be around a 16% drop from the current prices. So these aren't small move downs, guys. So just FYI. Anyway. So now that that's done, Dogelon Mars is, I believe, if I'm not understanding, which they are they are having a meeting, or like a what do you call it? Like a chat on April 16th regarding the launching of a rune on Bitcoin. So from my understanding is that Dogelon Mars is trying to bridge the coin to actually also run on Bitcoin instead of just being on Ethereum, which is huge because again that's just great. That's great news. That's huge. I'm not too familiar and I don't understand it fully myself. However, I do know that does expand the opportunity for people to trade, swap, and just have Dogelon Mars on the Bitcoin network as opposed to just in ERC20 coin on Ethereum. So again, if you go on their Twitter, they're having a chat about all things Rune on April 16th. So I did want to mention that. Let's quickly look at the website to see if there's any sort of updates. There are no updates as of right now, but it's fine because I know that they're working on it on the back end. And no update on Rufus Chain yet either. So let's go right into the Etherscan and kind of just look at the holders. And as you can see, obviously Crypto.com holding number one wallet is the number one wallet if you combine all of them. Binance Peg wallet is holding 12.9 trillion, valued at $3 million. You see Methuselah still has some coins. Mexi coming in at 5.9 trillion. And then where's Gemini? Oh yeah, Gemini is still at 11.3 trillion. And then if we go into the Burn wallet, which I think was 60, where is it? Oh, 67. Then you can see that there's over 1 trillion coins that were sent to this wallet 6 days ago from OKX, also 49 million. But about a month ago, there's 1 trillion coins that was sent and burned. Our wallets are still holding around 151,412, which I think was exactly what it was yesterday. No, we gained 6 holders, so that's not bad. Anyway, I do want to address some things because people obviously when the coin goes down, people get super bearish and start commenting like, "Oh, this coin's a scam," blah blah blah. But the truth is that if you compare this with other meme coins, like for example, I know Samo is on Gemini, which I have too. So if you look at Samo, the price of Samo is also, like, the chart also looks exactly kind of the same. So it's not just Dogelon Mars that's going on. Another coin is like OXC, which I'm in also. Like the graphs really look kind of similar. And if you compare this with Bitcoin, you know, you can see that, okay, well, Bitcoin is obviously performing a little bit better. We're having some sort of sell-off. And, you know, you could come at CoinMarketCap and kind of compare. So what's another Pepe? Like, I know Pepe is doing really good relative to everything else, but again, you can kind of see that the graph is kind of similar on the 1 month. But like obviously on the year, you can see that Pepe had a massive run. So I'm just talking about recent prices. Obviously, Pepe is a true winner in this bull run. So another one can be Shiba, like Shiba Inu. You compare it on the monthly, you can kind of see that Shiba Inu is obviously performing better than Dogelon Mars. But again, you can kind of see that the graph kind of looks very similar. It's not just this coin that's going down, it's also other coins. So, you know, don't think, like, if you're just looking at Dogelon Mars, then yeah, it's gonna be brutal, because again, yeah, we do know that the price is going down, but again, it's not just Dogelon Mars. Like, go on Coinbase, go on Gemini, and you can see that other coins are dropping too. Now, there are going to be some winners. There are going to be some coins that are up like 60% right now. But if you're always comparing it, then then just don't be in Dogelon Mars. Like, you don't have to be in Dogelon Mars, right? We're still waiting for the good news. We're still waiting for this project to be built out. And we know that the devs are actively working on this project. So it's just a matter of time before we get enough exposure, before our volume goes up, and before we start getting the listings that we need in order to have the price go up. I really do think that the price is going to go up before listings anyway, but again, that's just what I'm hoping for. That's my opinion, and that's what I want, obviously. But we'll just have to wait and see how this exactly plays out. Other than that, again, keep in mind that Dogelon Mars has a lot of liquidity. Like, if you just click on the Uniswap, you can see that it has 16 million liquidity just on Uniswap. You can kind of see all the selling that's happening and buying that's happening on the Uniswap thing too, on this ELON Ethereum chain. But a better tool would be the Dex Screener, which I'm not showing right now because I don't want to open it up. But you could also go on that to see all the liquidity pools that Dogelon does have. So those are my targets. Again, on the upside, just keep in mind that on the upside we need to get over 33 ASAP, and as long as we stay over 20, so 2021, then the 33 target is valid. We could theoretically come back down, hit the 21, consolidate, bounce, and then go back up. So as long as this doesn't break, then we're not going back down to 16, which would be around here. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'll make another update video as soon as possible. I appreciate all the positivity and all the good nice comments in the chat. And yeah, I hope we all make it. I really do. Even to the guy who always is bearish on it, I hope you have some, and I hope you make it, because I do think that this coin is going to go up. I do think that we just have to be patient. This happened to me last time with XLM, so that's why I'm not even sweating it, because back in the day and I always tell the story, back in the day before on the second bull run, because I missed this one. So this bull run right here, true story. So let me show you. So it was brutal. Like, I felt so scammed by it, but I had started accumulating XLM at 12 cents. So it was like, not here, it was like here, right? So I started accumulating at 12 cents, right? And it went all the way down to 3 cents. I remember this. And I was so mad. And when it went back up to 6 cents, which was this area over here, I ended up selling it because I was like, you know what? This is just going to keep going down, right? And then it had its massive bull run. And I'll never forget that, because like that feeling that I felt, it's like almost like the same feeling that I'm feeling right now with Dogelon Mars. Like, you just think it's going to keep going down. You just think it's going to go to zero, right? And you're like, man, like, I'm just going to sell and be done with it. But the truth is that, you know, like, if you do sell and it does this, you're going to feel really bad. And I hope that doesn't happen to you. I hope that, you know, you don't feel bad or whatever. You're in another coin that makes you a millionaire or whatever. We're on the same boat. We're on the same team. Like we're both trying to make money. Um, we're trying to make it, right? I'm just making YouTube videos about all the coins, and I just so happen to have Dogelon Mars. So that's just, it is what it is. But again, this story right here, this is why I'm not selling. This is why I have my Dogelon Mars. I'm just going to let it ride. Keep in mind, and the reason why I set that too is because keep in mind that if you take your fib from the high to the low, you can see that this is one of the coins I always like refer to when I say that some people never broke their all-time high in the last bull run. So if you take your fib from the high to this low, you can see that we basically broke the 786 and never hit the all-time high. So theoretically, if you're trading any coin and you're buying at these lows, you should definitely take profits up. Some people are smart and they're like, well, I'm going to take profits at the people that are buying all the way down. Well, I'm going to take profits at the 382. I'm going to take profits at the 5, the 618, the 786, the all-time high, and then I'm going to let it ride until anywhere between the 1 and the 1618. That's the smart way of doing it. As you can see, this graph kind of represents that too. You had sell-off, you had sell-off, you had sell-off at the 5, sell-off at the 786, sell-off at the 618, and then again, it went all the way back. Well, it didn't go all the way back down, but again, you can kind of see where the selling happened. But also, we can really use this graph for the future. So like, in the next bull run in 4 years, 5 years, that's what I'm thinking of, right? So it depends on how high Dogelon Mars goes. But we got to find a good coin like Dogelon Mars. It has potential. I do think that it is going to eventually get a lot of volume and just be a top tier coin, which is what I'm banking on and I'm hoping. So obviously I'm taking all the risk by saying that, because if it flops and goes to zero, then I lose all my money, right? But again, it's kind of like this where the next bull run, we're going to take our FIP from the bottom, from the low to the high. So like, let's just use this as an example. And we can say, okay, well, we know we're in a bear market, so where are we going to start accumulating? And it's always going to be accumulating at the 618 and the 786. So that's my goal. Like for the next 4 years is going to be, okay, well, and this is just an example, because this has more XLM has more history than Dogelon Mars. So Dogelon Mars is here right now. It hasn't really done this thing yet. So the next bull run in the next 4 years, when I'm still making videos on Dogelon Mars, I'm going to take it from the bottom. So I don't know if that bottom that we registered a couple months ago was the bottom or not. But we're going to take our FIP from the low to the high. We're going to confirm that we're in a bear market, and we're going to be like, okay, well, where am I going to accumulate? I'm going to start putting buy orders at the 618 and 786, because and for the next 4 years, I'm going to let it ride. Anyway, obviously, also another reason why I'm saying that is because you should always have a plan. You should always have a plan. It's so important. Buy when the RSI is extremely oversold, and obviously take profits on the way up. That's what I'm doing. That's what I want to do. That's what obviously makes sense for me. So yeah, so that's that. Again, be smart, play it smart, especially with Dogelon Mars. This graph doesn't look that different than Dogecoin, than Shiba Inu, than XLM. Like they're all kind of similar. They all work with the same market cycle, So anyway, please like, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much for your support. And I appreciate all the support and positive comments. Hopefully on another breakdown, we hold 20. And I know that's a pretty big drop. But again, if you're looking at this long term, like for the next 4 or 5 years after this bull run, after we make it, either to the 786 or all-time high, or the 1618 for all-time high, yeah, we're looking at this long term. So it doesn't, the going back to 20 or 16, it just means that it's more opportunity for you to accumulate. So again, I really hope that makes sense. And I hope that that you understand that that's my plan, because again, I've been through the 2018 2019 XLM. I put a lot of money into XLM and I lost a lot of money. So from then on, I'm like, okay, I don't care. Like I'm not going to sell. I'm just gonna hold, because my feelings are literally working against me. Like, obviously we want to sell right now, because we, like, look at this, like, it looks like it wants to break down, right? But you just never know. You just never know. It could go back up. I don't think it's going to come all the way to the 4 and go all the way back down to all-time lows. But anyway, I don't know. So it could happen. Anyways, again, thank you so much for watching my video and giving me all this watch time. I'm almost able to monetize, so I'm really excited about that because I've been at it for since November. I've been taking it serious from November, so I'm almost able to monetize, and I'll make a video about that, but I'm super excited because that's huge for me. Please like, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll make another update video in a couple days. Thank you.